Hello people and welcome to the fourth episode of the Snippet Podcast. My name is James and once again I am joined with my lovely co-host, Mr. Rafi. How you doing, Raf?
What's going on, people? I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm all good, all good. Just come back from holiday, as
Lovely.
you know. Nice little time in Budapest, Bratislava, Vienna.
Cheers for
Them
the
boys
invite.
there. No, no worries, mate. But yeah, all good on my end, man. You all good?
All blessed, bro. Chilling. Link up. Had a nice Pepe's review and we're going to crack on with the next episode, which is going to be on...
Yes, it's going to be on drill. Keisha Becky, tempting there.
Very sexy.
Yeah, man. So this episode is basically going to cover what is drill, how did it start, how's it developed and stuff like that. But the reason why we chose it is because it's kind of been like a big thing recently with regards to how big it's getting and how much coverage it's getting in the news and things like that. So we thought, with Rafi being a big drill fan himself,
I love it, mate. I love it.
I'm going to be getting an education, I think, on this one. I think we thought it would be a good episode to cover. So yeah, I guess we can jump straight into it, Raf.
Let's get it cracking.
Do you want to crack on first?
Yeah, man. Okay, so drill. First of all, we're not talking Bob the Builder. However, we are talking music. So basically, drill. What is drill? Drill is essentially a genre of rap. So, you know, rap music, but it's more at a... there's a lot more punchlines, there's a lot more aggression in the bars that are said, and in terms of the term drill, that kind of corresponds to how, for example, one gang is going against another gang, for example, postcode wars. So let's say, for example, I'm from, let's say, South London, and I'm having it on with someone from East London, rivals. It's basically about rivalry, and the term drill is basically to, quote-unquote, get a pistol and release a trigger on them in the basic terms. That is exactly what drill is. Everyone goes on about, I'm going to drill this guy down. That's essentially that. Or I'm going to do some drillings. That is basically, like I said, not Bob the Builder's flex. It is more to do with an aggressive crime. So that is essentially what drill is. Now, I think this kind of builds on to the next topic of how did drill start.
Yep.
Personally, I've been a fan of drill since... probably I would have to say 2013 when I first heard American drill, and it's a completely different style to UK drill now. But from what I knew about,
Who done it first? Was it America?
it was America. From what I remember, it was America. There were a couple places in America that had these different wars with people in their blocks, their areas that they're living in, and they decided to express their feelings and aggression into drill songs.
Yeah.
You know, they get their little Mac 45s out, their little plastic water balloon guns, and they actually think they're real, but, you know, they're obviously fake, otherwise they get done. Show off loads of money, you know, their Gucci belts, Louis Vuitton, all them great brands and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it essentially boils back down to how drill started in the term itself, like, you know, postcode wars, rivals, gangs going against each other, and that is how drill started. So,
Yeah.
that's the basic way of how drill started, but if we're looking at how it developed, this is where the UK now jumps into the scene quite heavily, because basically they adopted the American sound from Shrek, I think it was, or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's an artist, I presume.
Yeah,
Sure.
from it's an area somewhere in America, like a block sort of thing, I believe.
Oh, it's an area.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And how basically the culture from there was taken from the UK, and they thought, you know what, let's have our own spin on this. Hence why you get these beats that have got like these low bass and massive drumsticks going boom, and like, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't really depict
good
it now.
rendition.
Yeah, good rendition. Shout out the producers and that. But yeah, so that's essentially how it got pushed over to the UK, and since then we've got like famous artists that are now in the charts. For example, you got flipping Rush, or everyone calls him Russ, but his name's actually Russian. His name's actually Russian. His full name's Russian, but people call him Russ, which is cool. You've got flipping, who else? You've got Unknown T, for example, which
Poster boy.
Yeah, we'll be.
Well, at least in my
about
opinion, anyway.
Who?
Unknown T.
Unknown T, yeah, we'll be having a chat
UK
about him later.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists out in there now, but yeah, so that's about it in terms of how it flew over to the UK. However, I can tell you a brief story about how the first artist was a guy called Stizzy Sticks, who was from Brixton.
Yeah.
He reps the gang 150, which is just a number to some people, but yeah, he was the first person that actually adopted the drill the drill culture from the US to the UK.
Yeah.
And then at this time, there was wars between 6-7, like Scribs, LD, all of them guys, Monkey, who else? Flipping Dimsey. That was the first UK war.
I'm nodding, but I've no idea.
Don't worry, we'll research them. You've definitely heard their songs, bro. You've definitely heard their songs.
Yeah.
But this is where basically 150 Stizzy 6 gangs took on 6-7 LD's gang, and there were constant clashing going on. And that later on, I was going to say flourished, but it's not really a good thing to flourish, is it? I'll say developed across the whole of the UK. And now you've even got different people bringing up drill songs from their homes. It's crazy.
Yeah. So with me, I always thought drill just resonated in London, but are you saying that it goes a lot wider than that in terms of the UK? I don't know, is there anything like Birmingham or Manchester or stuff like that?
Yeah, you've got, there's people from Birmingham, there's people from, we've even got people from Ireland doing it now. Yesterday I was hearing flipping Dutch drill for the first time. Got
Dutch
Spanish drill. It's crazy.
I've heard the Australian one. You showed me that
Australian
a while
one,
ago.
1-4, yeah, they're really good as well. It's pushed out everywhere. I think, obviously, everyone's got their own little situations there, their own countries, and you know what, they're for, let's hop on this drill wave and just personify the actions that we're doing in our own country, and now you've got it everywhere, man. You've got you've got Scottish drill, Scottish drill, oh my gosh, that's something else, really.
What do they drill about?
They're flipping,
haggis or some shit. I don't
all
know.
about that greatness. But that's about it for how drill's developed and pushed out everywhere. That's just a brief history. I don't want to bore you too long.
It's an education, man. It's a whole new genre.
It is.
It's good to be open-minded about this stuff as well.
Yes, that's about it for that section. We can chat about some of the producers and artists in a bit, but
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
favourite artists and producers and stuff like that.
Yeah. From when I first started listening to it, there was a producer called Quick Pick who literally essentially built up the first English sound of drill beats, in my opinion. And then
the new school or the old school stuff?
The old school stuff, from the American sound, and tried to develop it into a UK version.
Yeah.
And then later on, we were getting artists, producers even, like BK, MK The Plug. These guys are popular now for all their songs and tracks that they've released. M1 on the Beat is a big one. Flipping Jammer Beats, Ghosty. There's so many drill producers out there that have got their own unique sound. Some decide to focus more on the melody, some decide to focus more on the drums or the bass. There's so many different drill beats. If you go on YouTube, you're gonna get thousands and thousands of results. Yeah. They all sound different unless they're from the same artist.
This is what I was going to ask you actually. I briefly spoke to you about it before we started the podcast, which was about what's the difference between drill and say grime and just UK rap?
See, this is the thing. They're all from the same family. We could take it from they're all from the same family.
Yeah.
But they've all got something. Let's say, for example, how can I put this? They're all brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
They could actually be triplets for all we know. But there's always one distinctive feature that you can determine from one another. So, for example, drill compared to grime. Obviously, grime is more focusing on the poetry side of how someone's come from, the backstreets, for example, Skepta, Jamie, BBK, them guys, novelists, who we listen to. And then as for drill, it's the same concept, how they've come from their slum area. However, they want to focus more on actually threatening the opposition.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay.
it's a bit intense, man. You got people with guns and swords and that. But we'll get onto that in the next topic, which is going to be about the controversy.
Yeah.
But
I was just going to say, what determines what is drill and what is just grime for me is purely just the beat. But
yeah,
what you're
it
saying
is to do with the beat as well. Because
it does go deeper than that as well. That's what you're saying.
It does.
Because when I hear a beat such as Keisha Becky, for example, just for that that kind of stuff. I instantly think, right, that's drill. But then you've told me before this podcast started that there are other songs as well, which are drill, but it sounds
completely different. You wouldn't expect it. For example, you've got something that is a little bit less aggressive, but from what they're spitting and how they're saying things, it's a drill track.
Yeah.
It's because it's just pure relation to what they're spitting about. Obviously, sometimes the beat doesn't have to match it. For example, I don't know if you heard a song by I Spy, Krypton Code and K-Trap.
It came out recently.
It came out recently.
Yeah.
The producer on that is BK. He originally focused on drill. He's a drill producer, but for that had a little bit of a drill / rap swing on it, for example. So it's really down to the producer as well, because obviously you want to pitch the lyrics for like drill, like for example how, like even an example when we were listening to in the car, AJ Tracy, Unknown T, leave that trap.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think that's a drill song. I mean, you would think it's a drill song because they're both like
But
they're
there's
both
a spin on
yeah,
it, yeah.
it's a spin on it.
Yeah.
It's like you've got AJ who's more of a grime artist, and then obviously Unknown T is a driller, and they've put something together that could be / a drill / rap or grime track.
So there is no distinct sound on it.
Yeah.
Then. It's like
not really. No.
Yeah.
Unless if you hear like flipping, someone going, "Oh, F these man," or "Bun them lot," and then they go, "Boom, boom, boom," like with their crazy beats and that, then you know it's a drill song.
Yeah. I know. A group I used to like was Section Boys.
Section Boys.
And I know that. Well, I say I know that. Apparently, they were kind of.
They're one of the
big.
originators,
Yeah.
They're one of the originators.
Like, but when I think of them in terms of drill, I think they weren't drill artists. I just thought UK rap
Yeah,
because I wouldn't assign them to grime either.
That's the
but
thing.
What you're
exactly.
saying, like, they're all kind of similar in their ways.
It's funny you say that. Yeah, because Section Boys, they originally they had a very, from their old songs, they were like sort of American drill beats. But then they later on, when they turned mainstream, they started to focus more on rap.
Yeah.
And now that they've changed their name and they've had Rico, who departed from the group, who's doing his own drill thing now, they've started to turn more into a drill group again. And because they want to, like, I think it was something about how obviously they're one of the originators, they want to regain their authority in the scene and be like, we're one of the originators, we're going to go straight back to how we started it with the new sound compared to the American sound that they've originally started with.
Right.
It's a bit mad, man. I don't even know how I'm managing to pull up all these facts and that, but I've kind of studied it.
I suppose you're a big fan of it, right?
Yeah, drill on them, man, you know what I mean?
But have they released anything recently?
The last time I heard of them was their Mad About Bars on Mixtape Madness with Kenny Allstar. That was heavily drill orientated, but apart from that I haven't really heard anything. They took a massive break. They were going on tour obviously with Drake and Skepta and everything like that,
Really?
and then they literally Drake pulled them out and everything, like, but
I love how like anytime Drake pulls someone out, it's like, oh shit, you've made it.
yeah, I know,
You
literally.
what I mean?
And he goes like, "Peck, no, I'm in the busy,
You could say some unknown name right now, but like if Drake pulled him out, okay,
yeah, literally. Like when
He
Link
must
Up
be big
when Link Up TV got them on they got him on their what was it, behind bars session, like people were like, "Oh, Link Up TV have definitely blown up now," because you remember Shira's story?
Yes.
By Rapman.
That was
They're thinking, "Oh yeah, they're gonna blow up because of Rapman's story, Shira's story by Rapman," and then later on they got Drake on there, and it was just like, even though Link Up TV were doing this before, but not as much as GRM Daily. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on with SB, but we'll chat about them later.
SB.
TV. But
Cool, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Shall we move on to, I guess,
controversy.
the controversy
Yes.
around drill? And everything seems to be a big thing on television recently and media
definitely.
in general. People wanted to get it banned and stuff like that.
I think we can start with a key example is the London riots. So there's a group called OFB, which are called Original Farm Boys. You might know some of their people. Heady One, you know Heady One?
Eddie One.
Heady One.
Heady One.
Yeah, you've definitely heard of him.
Rings a bell, yeah.
You've heard of him. Well, basically, cut a long story short, when those riots started because of the death of Mark Duggan, and one of the members from OFB, who is a rapper, his name is Bando K, is Mark Duggan's son. So because of that created an outburst, and that's what caused the London riots. And that's when, obviously, OFB made their name in the media a little bit for their actions, and later on decided to push it more onto their music side, which is now what they're doing as well.
So they're rapping about their actual experiences.
Yeah, their experiences, proper experiences. They're from Tottenham as well, so it's north side.
Yeah.
But another example of this could be, of course, where there's people from south side. I think Moscow. There's another group called Moscow 17 where you've had people actually been stabbed and passed away. For example, a guy called Incognito from that group. Another guy called GB. All youngsters, they're younger than us, bro. They're like flipping, I think they're like 19, 20, just a couple of years younger than us. Another example would be the most recent tragic that we didn't want to hear about was obviously about Unknown T.
Yeah.
About how he got done for murder back on New Year's Day in 2018. It just goes to show that you can do a drilling and you think you get away with it, but it comes back to haunt you, man. Like I was blowing up in the scene, innit? We're listening to his music, and then now he's just literally just been put in the can.
The thing is, it's interesting what you said, because there's two things that you highlighted there with the London riots, for example, and with Unknown T.
Yeah.
The stuff they done was obviously a time before they actually started doing drill and stuff like that. So when a lot of people might say, "Oh, we need to ban drill because of
Yeah.
you know people are fucking killing one another or whatever,"
Yeah.
it's
mad.
not. It's not specifically. It's not inherently true because It, stuff that's happened in the past. And to just say ban drill, it's like it's incredibly lazy. Like
that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, like, it's like how the media's pushing it out. Like, they're saying it's just like what you said. They're thinking that because back then it was having a major impact on how it's going on now.
Yeah.
And like the news is going on a madness about drill music. Like even the Met Police have cut so many music videos on YouTube and removed them because they think it's just too violent.
Yeah.
And like people have had to change. Like,
are they still on other platforms as well? On
Spotify, some of no, they've been removed on Spotify as well. Like
really?
Another group, Harlem Spartans. Do you remember Harlem Spartans? They had loads of their songs removed from Spotify because of it. And this is the thing, because music videos are getting removed off Spotify and other platforms and YouTube. They've like when you hear a drill song now, you hear like a little spin sound. I was going to say emoji, a spin sound effect. So it's like I drill on the man like that, for example, because they want to censor out the person's name to prevent it from being banned, because then they're going to use that as evidence.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like loads of videos have been re-uploaded and deleted because of that, and because obviously for the words they're saying, they're like, if I slap this gauge, like if I shoot this gun, blah blah blah, they spin it off to like censor the name just to keep it on YouTube so they can actually portray their music, so they can blow and get out the video.
Yeah.
But it's mad. It's mad.
Man. Like in my opinion, I'm not a massive fan of drill. I don't listen to a lot of it. There are some tunes which me and you are fucking getting out to in the car or whatever.
Obviously.
So I can hardly say like ban drill. It's not massively my cup of tea. But I think it's incredibly unfair for me to say like ban drill. Like you can't just say get rid of it and then the whole problem of stabbings and crime is just going to be gone.
Yeah, they think that's just going to have a massive impact because what someone's music is going to be cut off. They don't think that the background.
And it's like, and I still had these thoughts in my head. Should drill actually be banned? I'm trying to actually understand both sides here.
Yeah.
But then I absolutely love old school hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
And old school hip hop is flooded with exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just with the drill. It's like you said. It's a lot more aggression.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of the stuff they are saying is.
It's probably what they've lived, or some of it might just be a load of rubbish because there's people that have been baited out for saying that they do one thing, and then they're caught slipping on a video and it's not actually true.
What is that? I was going to say bad. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, for the point I was making, like just to get rid of whatever is there is not going to solve the problem.
Exactly.
It's like with abortion, for example, as well.
Yeah.
It's like you can't, because obviously in the United States right now it's a massive thing on like it's legal and it's illegal to have abortion in these states and things like that. But to just say like ban abortion is not going to help the whole situation. There's still going to be uproars and things like that. You have to look at the reason why it's happening. Yeah,
exactly.
It's all about education fundamentally. That's what it ultimately boils down to. Is the education.
Got to get that point.
Now what the problem? Well, how do you solve the problem with the knife crime and stuff like that? I don't have a clue. I don't have the answer. But to just say ban drill, ultimately my problem, my point
ain't
is,
gonna have a massive.
It's not gonna make a massive.
Doing that
difference.
with videos being removed, it got worse because people were re-uploading more videos about what they want to do and how like they want to say, the feds can't stop me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And because of the constant push that they had, not for the actual drilling that they're talking about, but it's for the music side. People managed to blow up from it and actually get out of that status that they were talking about.
Yeah.
For example, Unknown T, like he was going on and on. I remember when I was watching his Westwood, flipping, what's it, Homerton B, that song. He first performed that song in Tim Westwood's crib session, and then he made an official song out of it, blew up, and now it's in the charts, bruv.
How long ago how long was that after he?
I think it was either. I think. I'm going to say a max couple years, I think. Maybe less than that.
Couple years.
Yeah. Because he never released a song until his Mad About Bars, the one that we were listening to.
Yeah.
It's just like what Kenny said, you haven't actually put out a drill song yet, but you put out your Mad About Bars.
Yeah.
So that's one way of putting about it. People like, they're saving their talent for a better cause and then they pushed it out at the right time and they blew up.
The thing is though, like, I have to say at the same time though, ultimately he has murdered someone and he fucking has to
be
punished.
That is the bad thing. Like, that is the bad thing.
He's murdered someone, man.
Like,
I don't know the ins and outs, obviously, but going from what the news have said, he's been actually charged with murder.
Yeah.
There's no kind of.
It was for, I think it was a 19-year-old or 20-year-old that passed away.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I remember going to see him live and then, waking up to the news and I remember sending you the WhatsApp. I was like, bruv, can't believe this.
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we listen to his songs quite a lot.
Yeah,
he's good.
we listen to him.
He's
really talented. He's really talented, but it's just, it goes to show at the same time that he wasn't waffling. He actually spits what he lives, and that's a bit scary as well, because like you could be, for example, I know you, my brethren and everything, and you could be a drill rapper, and then I could know everything you know about how you've done drillings and that, and then the next day I see on the news that you're being arrested. I'm like, crap, that's my affiliate, you know, like that's my guy. But it is mad. So it's really sad as well, because he's young. Like I remember we found out the other day that he was young. He's actually younger than us, and I couldn't believe it.
19, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 19. Unknown T is 19. I couldn't believe that, man.
Mad.
I feel sorry for being baited out, but it's the truth, man. BBC News have done it on you, bro, so I'm sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. We can move on now to recent drill news if you want. Just jump on a couple topics there.
I was going to ask you actually before you go on to that.
Yeah, go for it.
So I spoke a bit about banning drill and stuff like that. What do you think about that sort of stuff? What do you see where people are coming from?
I see where people are coming from, because you know what? There's crime everywhere, bro. You got shoplifting, you've got robbery, theft, flipping, knife crime, even the bloody, like, bro, look at how people are doing water pranks and they're getting mistaken for acid attacks, and then people are getting punished for that. Like, crime is everywhere, but the thing is, like, obviously, like, drill, it's a bit of a funny topic, because it's like they say, they live what they do, but at the same time, like, there could be so many other ways that they could be rapping about other things and potentially blow off from that. Yeah. Like, for example, like, I know we keep bringing him up, but Unknown T, like, he's like, summarize that mashup. Like, literally, he started off with that, and then later on, when he diverted into the new song with AJ Tracy,
and Throwback as well.
Yeah, and Throwback, Live That, and those them two songs. Yeah, nothing about drilling, it was just about his life. Yeah. It was just about his life. It just goes to show that obviously you could use, like, it's almost like bait. You can use drill as a bait, spark of it, expand, and then just punch everything that you want to get the point. But personally, in my, like, I like listening to drill music. I think it's quite impressive how these artists can actually, like, create this poetry and rap for something that they've quote unquote done, or that they may not have done. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, there's so many people now. Our generation is mad. Like, it's so shit. It's absolutely shit about how the younger generation now are starting to go on the street, like, at the age of, like, 12, 13, and they're part of a gang, and then they're missing out on their education, they're missing out on family time, and they're even missing out on, like, playing football with their mates. And it's just simple things that back in our day, in our childhood, what was the worst thing that was going on in the street? I can't even remember, bro.
A girl might say no to me.
Yeah, literally. Just getting declined from a girl. Like, come on, man, what are you doing? You down for the mandem? But flipping, it's crazy now how it has developed into such a mad thing. And, like, you got youngers, like, you know, even in music videos, you see them with ballets and, like, you know, posing and that, and at the same time they may just be a relative of the artist that they don't want to show off. But at the same time, it's crazy to think that the artist has got that piece put it on them to be like, you know what, you look like a little driller, you could be my YG when you're older and stuff like that. It's crazy. Personally, there's good sides to drill and there's bad sides to it. Obviously the bad side does weigh on it, but you can extract some good from it.
Yeah, ultimately it's an education thing.
It is.
Like, you're a well-educated person.
I just about managed to educate myself.
But like, you obviously know full and well that you can't fucking go around killing people.
Of course, man.
Or attacking anyone and stuff like that. But you like it because
exactly, people get a buzz of how they spit. Like when you hear someone's flow and you hear the beat, it's like, it's just a buzz. It's just a crazy buzz. Man. But obviously, I don't condone any of it. I don't condone the activity. Obviously, I know we joke around, but like, I'm gonna go drill this guy later on if he doesn't watch his mouth, you know. But obviously, it's just a little slap on the cheek. But we don't do any of that. We're good Donnies from the hood. The good side of the hood.
Yeah, man. I think ultimately, so the answer is just no, really. Don't.
No, it is no. It is no. Yeah. If you first of all, if you guys, whoever's listening to this, please be careful outside there, because you know you could be literally doing your own thing, and before you know it, you get a couple of thugs come up to you. And they might want to rob you, and before you know it, you'll be their next victim. So just stay in school, kids. You can listen to Keisha Becky, but that's about it. Just don't go on a mad one.
Also, let us know whether you think drills should be banned or not.
Yeah,
We'd
let
like
us
to
know
hear
in the
your
comments.
thoughts.
Exactly.
If
I know
you
we've got a couple
completely disagree with us, want to call us fucking idiots, tell us, because we're actually interested to hear it.
We're open to opinions. We ain't always going to be perfect, but obviously if we know something's right, we're going to kick your ass. But yeah. So
yeah, cool. That was a good conversation, I think.
It was good, bro.
I'm
I'm going to kind of combine the last two YouTube uplifts and recent drill news. I think we've spoken about the recent drill news to do with like Unknown T, a couple of artists and that.
Yeah.
However, there has been some good out of it. Krypton Conan recently went to Parliament with a couple of other drill artists, and they explained the whole clash about drill music and how they feel like drill music shouldn't be removed because it is a way of performing talents for younger artists to come out and show how they're musically talented.
Mm-hmm.
And they shouldn't be removed off YouTube because you never know, one person might notice it and get them signed. And it's funny enough, but YouTube officially wrote a document saying that they uplifted the ban for drill music. So drill music videos can now be uploaded to YouTube without any precaution.
Yeah.
However, for example, some of it may be used in court if it has to be, because it is, videographic evidence. So that is one thing that kind of came out as good, but still at the same time it has got that dark side to it at the back to show that it could be bad. But to be honest, that's the most recent thing in the drill, really. Apart from that and Unknown T, I haven't really been following.
So are there people actually in their videos just straight up saying names and literally being incredibly bait?
Yeah, they are gangs. They do that. Like, that's how some of the people have actually passed away. They've mentioned names.
And so what details do they go into? Do they literally
just say
names,
like,
or they're like, oh, you live on this street or whatever? Or...
For example, if I catch him, I'm gonna go and piss on his. I'm gonna do this. Like the last time I saw, he ran away from me. Stuff like that. The last time I chinged or stabbed, he didn't say nothing to me. Look at the scoreboard. Like, look at all the points that we've got on them compared to them. They're actually so bait about it, bro. They're really bait about it. They give no shits. They literally give no shits because they're like, you know what? We're from here. We're the hardest group in London. We could do what we want. That's what everyone thinks. So yeah.
Bloody hell.
I know. It's crazy. Like, obviously, if you've got like Lord of the Mics with like Skepta, Jammer, all of them lot, BBK, JK, all of them, Donnie spitting the booth. That's a bit different because they're getting paid for it. They're doing the Lord of the Mic thing for like charity or their own well-being and stuff. But for drill, these people just go full on. They don't give a shit about what people think. They just fully bait them out, and that's where the wars begin, bro. That's where the wars begin.
Interesting.
It is.
So,
yes.
Any other news?
That's about it, from what I can gather. If there is anything, then I'll probably update in the comments.
Yeah.
But apart from that, that's everything. And
what are your top artists?
Yeah. We got a couple questions from the audience, which what we're going to do is, that was it actually. We're going to shout them out actually. Let me jump on it. Well, you know what, to be fair, I think we only got one Donny that said it to us, but you know what? One is better than nothing.
One is better than zero.
One is better than zero. So I've tweeted out the other day, a couple of days ago, saying episode 4 will be on the topic of drill music. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask us about this topic, reply to this tweet and you may be featured in the next episode. And we've got one from Show Ups, who is Luke, shout out Luke, asking who our favourite drill artists are right now.
Yeah.
There are a lot of artists out there right now, so maybe we could just drop it down to 5, just to keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to go first?
As I've told you before, I haven't listened to much drill, but I really liked Unknown T.
Yeah, Unknown T. He's good,
there was a lot of his songs that, like, when he went on to Man About Bars, I fucking loved it.
It's so good.
Like,
it's just his voice and everything.
That was the first time I was really kind of exposed to
drill.
With a certain spin on it as well. And I loved it, man. I still listen to it now.
He's so good,
obviously, with Throwback's a good tune, and
Homet and B's the one that kicked it up for him.
Yeah. So I really like him. There are some other songs in drill as well, but to say I like them as an artist and I like loads of their songs is probably not true. So I don't know, like, if there's one proper artist that I listen to, it's probably Unknown T.
Alright, you can name some rap and grime then. Name some rap and grime.
Rap and grime? Oh gosh, well, there's... what's happened recently? You've had Skepta drop his new album.
Yeah.
What was it called again? Ignorance is Bliss, that's it.
Yes. We're big Skepta fans, by the way.
Which was alright, which wasn't too bad. I really prefer his older stuff. Blacklisted me.
Blacklisted, Konnichiwa, all of them ones, yeah.
Who's my favourite grime artist? Kano. I freaking love Kano. Kano's my favourite, man.
OG, man.
And he's released a new tune like a couple of days ago. We were just speaking about this before the podcast started. Made in the Manor is like one of my favourite grime albums ever.
Yeah.
Who else you got? Who else do I really like in grime? Obviously Jamie. I really like.
Jamie, yeah.
And bloody, how can I forget the bloody king, man? Dizzy Rascal. Dizzy Rascal's my favourite. Yeah.
So good, like literally, man. Unreal, man. It's crazy how these all of these artists that you mentioned is how like they've all come from like the same area. They were essentially all in the same group together when they were with BBK and oh god, I forgot the other one that Wiley was in it with.
What name of the group he was in?
Yeah, the name of the group. Oh god, you know what? I need to search this up quickly because it's gonna bug me. He was in BBK, and there was another group that he was in.
Why? Who was he with?
Oh, he's with Scratchy Manga.
Esky, was that it? Esky, what's Esky? I heard him say.
No, his name's Esky Boy.
Oh, his name is Esky Boy.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
He does
okay.
it, Esky Boy.
Show us
Roll
up.
Deep. That's it. Roll
Roll
Deep.
Deep.
Roll Deep. Flipping
Oh.
out. That was from 2002 to 2012. Yeah.
Wait, they released that one tune that was so sick in like 2012, I think. Like,
Green Light. Green Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Gonna have
Yeah,
a
green
yeah,
light.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
that
tune.
girl was fit as well. Man. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Luke. I can only give you one drill artist there, but
Yeah.
I'm sure Rafi has an abundance of drill
It counts.
artists. You can tell me.
Oh boy. I'm gonna base this list on people who I've been listening to recently that I feel like deserve more recognition. So there's a guy called T1, who is from Silwood Nation. Really underrated artist. He spits quite fast, so that's what brings him out to be quite distinctive compared to others that like to go, I'll mash up this thing, I'll mash up that. When he's like, I was out there on the road looking at this, like, and he makes it. He's got a fast beat to go with his fast voice, so it sounds like it's being fast forward, but he's really good. Another guy I'm going to mention is V9, who is a Homenton Donny. He's Unknown T's brethren. He's quite cool. He wears a Deadpool mask, so make sure to check him out. He's flipping. They call him Devilish because he's nuts. I reckon you'll like him as well, Jay. Blimey, other artists. I'm probably gonna have to say, oh dear. You know what? I'm gonna have to get out my phone for this. I've written them down. Let me check quickly.
No worries.
Loose from Moscow 17. He's the only guy from that group now pretty much holding it down for that group ever since they lost their members due to death. Rest in peace to them. Blimey, man, I need to think about who else I'm going to be mentioning. I'll say two more quickly.
You've done three, haven't you?
K-Trap. You can't forget about K-Trap. He's been going in recently. He's in the mainstream thing now. He was with Krypton Conan. He had his own tunes and that. Finally took off the belly, so we get to see what he looks like. And one last person that I'm going to reveal is called
Classical Kyle.
Classical Kyle. Yeah, he's a mad driller. You know, to be careful with his pencil sharpeners and that. But the last guy I'm going to mention is Trap Times 10. He's a very aggressive drill artist who comes with beats by Ghosty, but he's a good artist. Yeah, there's just some of them. I could go on for days, but you know what? I don't want to bore you lot. But I might leave them in the comments for you guys to check out. I'll leave some songs as well that you can listen to.
Yeah.
And Jay will put some as well for the rap and everything and grime. Yeah. But I think that's everything.
Yeah, man, we've covered a lot of stuff.
We've covered a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you wanna cut us out, Raf?
Sure. Even though I feel kind of bad because I kind of stole the limelight on this one, but you know what?
Oh, mate, it's fine.
It's a joint effort, and shout out Jay as always. So yeah, thanks so much for watching and listening to this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As Jay mentioned, drop in the comments down below what you guys think about drills from your favorite artists. Yep. As always, you can find us on Twitter at the podcast Snippet. We're now on the SoundCloud. Shout out to Jay for putting us up on there. All the episodes are on there. And the usual, leave a like if you enjoy it and subscribe to keep up to date with our content.
Alright, cool. Peace out, guys.
See you later, people.
Safe.